Hey everyone. Today we're going to continue working on the mushrooms, the mushroom forest area, giant mushroom forest area that we started working on the other day. Like I'm all up to date. Oh no, I'm not. Never mind. Just syncing perforce. Okay. Waiting for Unity to recompile there. All right, so we have this dark forest. Let's have a runabout, see where we're at. We made a lot of progress on the mushrooms. Thank you, Jim, and welcome. Oops. Okay, we've got the wrong interior prefab setup here. We want this interior to go to the dark forest, so I need to update. Unity seems to be taking an extra long time to get out of play mode. All right, here we go. So this little door is where it's like a debug interior door. The door we always use to get into our interiors we're working on. In the real game, this door will never open and you won't be able to get in. Okay, so just finding the entry volume here. And we need to send this to the dark forest. Now we should be able to get in. Okay, so these were the mushrooms that we were making last time. They came out really solid. Really solid. There's this little line right here, which I don't love. Sure, there's a way we can massage that. Looks like there's just a little bit of stretching there. Sure, we can get that a little bit better. But we want to fill out this whole area and really make it into a shtick. Hey, Teleti, welcome. Hey, rock on. Glad to hear that it looks like things have progressed. Okay, so we're working on the big mushrooms. Yeah, so those mushrooms, hi Moro, by the way, welcome. Those are actually modeled 3D. Contrary to most of the stuff in this game. I just thought it would be the best choice because of the amount of variety we needed to rotate them all and get different looks out of them. And also because of how big they are and how much textile density they'd require and stuff. I just thought that they were best in 3D. Another thing that is 3D, basically anything that is super duper 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 huge has a good opportunity potentially to make things in 3D. And these trees are in 3D as well, which is kind of insane. All these trees on the ground here are all full 3D, but I've taken a lot of care to try to make sure that they look like they're painted and part of the environment. So I really worked hard on the texture, make it look like one of Jacqueline's illustrations. Actually, funny story to anyone who's played Eastshade. This is the great tree in the middle of Eastshade. Shade, they call it, the land of Eastshade. This is actually that model, that exact model with some vertex painting adjustments and some root adjustments, but I spent so long on that rooty tree. It might be one of the most detailed rooty tree bases that I've ever seen in a game. And so I reused that, and I was able to just rotate it to a ton of different angles. Okay, so as far as the mushrooms, I'm gonna do one adjustment on the mushrooms, wrong blender. And let's see, do I have the giant mushrooms? There's the giant mushroom. Did I make, yeah, there's the material. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the blender file. Models, the blender file for it. Somehow it's not even checked out, is that right? Oh, it is checked out, okay. I just wanted to try grabbing this and maybe improving this little lip. It looks like it's just a little stretched. So if I expand that on the UVs, I think that it will blend better. So I'm going to export that, pop back into Unity, and I'm hoping that that'll match better. Didn't even see a change. It does look like there's less of a seam now, though. In some spots, there's pretty significant seam, fortunately. We might have to find another solution for that. Not too bad. It's not too bad. Anyhow, there's one other thing that I forgot I did want to do, and that's we have these really fun candies that change the player's head, and there's a poof on them that needs a different poof. So let me actually adjust that really quick. This is something I wanted to get done. Candy 1. Let's go with Candy 1. Grab that. Hop into play mode. Hello, Cyber. I'm currently developing a first-person shooter. What tools would you recommend to use in Unity for this? And the question is, why don't you use HDRP? Why don't I use HDRP on Glimmerwick? Well, just look at it. And as far as what tools to use for first-person shooter, I tend to not use anything in Unity. I don't really like using, like, on Eastshade. Eastshade's a first-person game, our last game. And I started with some stuff. Like I bought like a first-person controller and a couple other, actually quite a few other things. I don't think they helped me. I think that they kind of slowed me down, because as I started extending them, I just ended up having to adjust so many things. You know, every game is going to be different in particular, and in the end, I just removed them and made my own every single time. I just kept doing that over and over and over again. It doesn't take that much. It's really not, you know, like they say the last 10% is 90% of the work, and that's totally true. And all these plugins you can download for Unity, they're like the first 60%. And then that last bit that you have to bridge to actually make it work for your own game is more work than just coding it from scratch. And most of the time, I mean, if you are, you know, commercially competitive game dev and you're ready to ship like a you know, remarkable game, most of the time you can do better than these assets on the asset store. So I don't know. We use basically nothing for Unity. Let's see. We have a couple like random assets, which even those, like, I would rather make my own, but sometimes it's nice to have a starting point. Not for code. It's not nice to have a starting point for code. I think it's worse to have a starting point for code. It's much better to code it from scratch. At least once you already have a solid engine like Unity. We have like some particle effects. Got a couple sound packs. Again, I prefer making my own sounds as well, but I think that's it. Pretty much it. Text Mesh Pro, that already comes with Unity. Really nothing else here. We use an input plugin, a really old one. What is it even called? Something input. In Control, that's the one we use. Which is not good. It has bugs, but it's what I used on Eastshade, so I just rolled it forward. We might replace that too. Anyhow, long answer. Sorry, rambling. All right, so the poofing. Let's give item candy 1. I gave myself this candy. That doesn't look like the right icon. I just ate it and nothing happened. Okay, so that's seems wrong. Candy 1. Oh, here it is, Fall Festival candy. That's actually what I want. So let me give myself that item. Give item, Fall Festival candy 1. There we go. Here's the candy that I want. I'm gonna eat that candy. And you see, it changed my head. But the little poof that it made was like a vertical poof and it had a line at the bottom and stuff. So that's what it looks like. So now I just need to find that poof and replace it. And for any folks who are new to the stream, I see we're 16 viewers now. We are working currently on a, there's candy you can eat in the game that changes how your head looks. It's just a fun thing that you can do at the fall festival. You can just buy this candy and make your head look different. And I'm adjusting that particle effect. Sorry, folks, 1 second. Okay, so let's see where is that? I want to see what particle it's actually using, how it references the particle. So maybe the easiest way to do it is just to look at the outfit settings in the item data. So I'm going to open the item data. Yeah, that's kind of what we were. I think that's probably where Jacqueline was coming from. Bernie bots. Kind of a fun wizarding world flourish. Is this chat box on screen? Is it hard to read? Seems like it's maybe a little hard to read, but I also don't want it to like cover up stuff. I don't know. It seems readable. So this chat box combines both the YouTube and the Twitch side, which is kind of nice. All right, so I know that it uses the add skin. So I'm gonna look for references to add skin because there really is there's only 2 items that use the add skin. One is literally an outfit or a hat, and the other is this candy. So I should be able to find. So it's appearance data. Well, let's see if there's any other identifying things about the candy. It's a food. Let's go to its use. Go to its use. Here, apply effect. No, that's probably not it either. It's definitely consumable. So let's check references to consumable. If it's consumable, then it's going to apply the effect. Oh, it is a status effect. Okay, so let's go to status effects. And then let's check where we can here, apply head effect. So there's what it is. And it looks like we're setting the head puff. So head puff is a field on this thing, and it's a field on the player. So that's where we're getting the puff. So on the player, we've got a head puff, and it's already in the scene. Great. So I will have to check out game core. So in order to make this change, just want to make sure nobody else has game core. You've never used Perforce, it'll show a little check if somebody else has it checked out. Perforce is all about exclusive checkouts. Okay, small but not terribly small. All right, good to know. Neltov, welcome to the chat, and thank you for dropping by, and thanks for the kind words. Asks, how do you set up the functions so you could call them manually in the game window? I'm trying to think of what. Oh, like the console? Is that what you're talking about? I think you're probably talking about the console. Can't think of anything else. There's a bunch of ways you can implement a console, but in our case, we just used like one of the simplest methods imaginable, which is we just have a UI field, and when you hit enter into this particular UI, it's literally just a game UI, you know, it's like any of the other game UIs. And when you hit enter, it just feeds the string into this class. And this class just has a list of commands. In this case, we use a delegate, C# delegate. It doesn't have to be a delegate. It can be like an action. That's another C# method of calling functions. But basically, in the awake method, we just bind all the actions to their string counterparts. It's nothing fancy. We're not using reflection or anything like that. You could use reflection. If you've heard of reflection, C# has a way of using strings to call functions, but we don't. We just use this really simple method, and every time we want to add a new function. So it's not like we can call any function in code. We can just call the ones that we have set up, but we kind of make them on an as needed basis. Like the moment we need a certain function for debugging something, then we add it to the simple console. I find that's the best way to do it. I think that's a lot better than like trying to make some super robust general system that like you can hook yourself into the code and call any function with reflection, and then it gets all confusing in terms of context and what the call stack might look like and stuff for that. So I find it's easiest just to hand code your own little debug function every time you need one, and then just leave it around and you might use it again. Anyhow, that's how our console works. And how did you save the game? Well, that's a big topic. Save load systems are actually kind of complicated. I know that they feel like they're kind of like basic, right? Since every game has them, but I think it's one of the more tricky parts of game development. Every game needs a different, like every game needs different data to be saved. So with this head puff, let's take a look at that head poof. You'll just be able to modify it. So here is our particle. Play it. For whatever reason, I'm not able to see it. Is it just really small? Active. There it is. Okay, cool. So here's our head poof. That's great. But we need it to not be, you guys can see that it's like, it's clearly a poof that's meant to come up from the ground. It's a flip book. It's a very nice animated poof. But we need a different one. And I don't actually know if we have one that just poofs out kind of omnidirectionally. But I'm going to take a look. So here's a poof. So we got a couple flip books here. And I'm just going to look. So we've got a splash, candle flame. We do have there's a fire. We don't want that. We want a poof. But we want this poof to be omnidirectional. So I don't think we have a poof like that. I bought this pack of poofs, and maybe we want to look at that. I'm just going to take one look. It's going to be a little diversion. It's going to take a few minutes here to find it. I don't know where I would have put it, the thing. FX. I wonder if I just kind of left it in the downloads folder. So it's hard to believe, but there's nothing called FX in the downloads folder. In this episode of Game Dev Streaming, we'll be browsing my computer to find something. I don't think I would put it in the actual game assets folder, because I tend to kind of keep them separate. Cyber asks, when do we plan on releasing the game? $1 million question. We have not announced that yet, so I cannot say. Just looking for these tune effects. Is it tune effects? No. Okay, so it's not there. Maybe I want to search just PC wide. I guess. I don't know. I don't know how else to find this thing. I'm just searching for effects. There's going to be so much stuff with effects. There's going to be too much stuff with effects. It might be a useless search. Oh my lord. Got all these AMD 64. I wonder if I can like minus AMD. Is that a way we can... Does that work? Hey Sarvati, welcome back. Welcome back. For anyone new to the stream, I'm searching my computer to find some files, unfortunately. I bought this asset pack of hand-drawn like particle effects for like animation, royalty-free stuff. They're so good. They're so good. And this is the kind of stuff that this is kind of outside my wheelhouse. It would be fun to dive into. Man, I could dive into anything. I could definitely just burn a month like learning how to do frame by frame hand-drawn poof animations like that. That would be fun. I thought I said -8. Oh, I want -x86. This is the last search I'll do like this. And if it yields too many files, I'm just gonna have to start browsing my C drive again. God, there's so many things with FX in it. It's kind of pointless. And I don't remember, it was like tune effects or something. So this is clearly not working. There's way too many things. Tune effects, I'll try. Hey, rock on Cyber. Yeah, that's very very old blog post. You are a longtime fan. Appreciate the support. See if I can. My camera is kind of. There we go. A little bit centered. I'm standing, so my head's in sort of a different spot here. Okay, so this is yielding literally nothing. So let's come on. How do I? You guys know how to use a computer? I'm kind of struggling here. I want to go to the C drive. What are you? What are you doing? Here we go. Okay, C drive. Oh boy, that's embarrassing. It's okay. There's only 30 people watching. So I'm looking for those effects. Where would I have put them? Where would I have put those effects? I swear I just would have left them in downloads. I can't imagine where I would have put them. Definitely in none of these. It's not going to be in program files, obviously. It's not going to be in wizard marketing. Dang. Where would I have put them? I guess they have to be in the build. I don't know where else I would have stuck them. Assets. I'm gonna look for the word tune in assets. Relatable. Oh dear. I just can't believe maybe I can do like I'm using a software that creates flipbook atlases, and I don't even know what that is called either. This whole workflow that I use, because so all these flipbooks right here, the one from the asset pack I downloaded is not for video games, it's for animation. So there's way too many frames, and they are way too high res. Oh, and they're a video. They're literally video. So, you know, they're not even in flipbook form. So I'm using this like video to flipbook atlaser thing, really specialized software that I don't remember the name of at all. I cannot believe that. I'm going to keep searching because I really think it's going to make this thing look good. This is the kind of stuff that just does not exactly stream well. I'm just going to read through. I have no idea what this software is called. So I'm thinking if I can find this software, then I can open the software and it might have like a recent files thing, and I can find where I stuck these. Could just download it again. That assumes that I know where the F I downloaded it from, which I do not. Cyber asks, am I using Unity Pro? Yes, we're using Unity Pro because we make more than the threshold. What is the difference between them? Nothing. Nothing's the difference between them. Doesn't matter. You get Pro if you make too much money. That's pretty much it. I'm just looking for that software that I was talking about. You know, I don't even think I installed it to program files. I think it's literally just an exe sitting somewhere. I really think it's in downloads. Like, there's not even that much stuff in downloads. So it'd be like pretty easy to look through. Nothing that old. Maybe I'll try typing animation. We'll look for that in downloads. I want it so bad. I can't believe I just have no freaking idea where I put it. Maybe the desktop, actually. That's the next place I'll look. So I don't see anything here. I really thought it would be something about tune. Don't see anything here. Let me try looking. I'll look, do one search for tune. I'm gonna check my email real quick so I can see if I can search for the download link. Yeah, search for that. All right, well, this is one of the worst things that has ever happened to me. Absolutely excruciating. It's awful. I can't believe I can't find them. I can't find them in my downloads. I tried to just research for them on the internet, and the internet, of course, has changed dramatically and I can't relocate them. They were the best. They were the best ones, and I bought them, and now they're gone, and I'll never find them ever again. At least we got the one puff and the one splash and a fire I think I got out of it. Man, that is just, oh, that is devastating. I am so sad about it. Really annoyed. And I guess I could spend another hour or something trying to find it. Honestly, at this point, it's not even like a cost analysis thing. Just like annoyed that I can't find it. Okay, anyhow, I guess I'll just make a new one. Yeah, golly. Okay, so here's the head poof. Here's what we got. It's a flip book. Let's go with another poof, I guess. Let's see. We have another poof here. Okay, that's the poof that we just looked at. So maybe puff. Puffs are different from poofs. They're distinct. Here's a puff. It's just not right. It's not right. It doesn't look right. Crazy. Crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should just keep searching for it. Because this is not the right one. This is like a dust kick sort of puff. What we need is an omnidirectional poof. But I'm kind of out of ideas as to how to find it. I must have reinstalled Windows or something since then. Wow, I'm really dark, aren't I? What am I going to do here? Magic. We have some particles that we can maybe look at. Got no other poofs. I wonder. Let me go to this poof material. I'm going to go to this poof. No, I actually didn't want to open it in Photoshop. I wanted to browse to it. Exit out. So this one I've made kind of recently, I think. Let me browse to it. Splash, flipbook, the PSD. I'm gonna go to properties, details. I want to see when it was created. So it was created not that long ago. 3/13/23. What about the fire? One of these fires is the hand-drawn version. I'm opening that. I'm going to see which fire this is. Hey, Ryan JQ. Well, thank you. I did it myself. You can believe that. This is clearly not the fire we want. Fire 1, maybe? Why do these fires look exactly the same? Splash star, smoke tendril, ghost, grass, big splash. Big splash. Let's take a look at that. Properties, details. So this one, yeah, 3.13. They're all created on 3.13, and I wonder if I reinstalled Windows at that point, because it seems unlikely that I made all these particles on that exact, like here is smoke tendril. Let's check that one. Yep, 313. So there's no way that I made pouring sand tendril on the same day as these other ones. So I must have reinstalled Windows in early 2023, and that's why I can't find things on my computer. So they're nowhere to be found on my computer. So yeah, I don't know. It's a real bummer. I wish I could just find them. Then I guess the email is the place to look for them. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I didn't even email them. Maybe it was like a direct download link. I didn't even get an email about it. It seems unlikely. Cyber says, I see this project many times more complicated than eShade. I think so, at least from a video game perspective in terms of quest and, well, definitely from NPC states and quest and content and systems and all that stuff. Maybe not from performance standpoint. Probably eShade is more complicated in that sense. Okay, well, we really don't have a good poof. I could maybe just get a new one. Buy a new one from somewhere. Could try that maybe. What was like poof animation. Stock. Don't want Shutterstock. Shutterstock is really expensive for video. I wonder if Pexels has something. I very much doubt it. Pexels is normally like actual real live action stuff. Poof animation. No, this is like amazing smoke and stuff. These are cool though. Poof animation, hand drawn. There's a bunch on YouTube. Probably find. These are pretty cool. I'm looking at like this one right here. What website? This is Vecteezy. What is this? That one's pretty lame. I feel like that second one would be good. It's free. Attribution required. This attribution stuff, man. Do I really want to put an attribution for the poof animation? This one is, I'm more comfortable with the, at least it's an animation. Like I can't stand the attribution for like the sounds. It's like on. Can't believe it's free. It's kind of hard to believe. Attribution to whom? Can I just really seriously download it? So I've got to get some kind of login here. Starting download. I didn't log in. Is it actually going to download? It is downloading. It's downloading something. It downloaded. Okay, well, I got a hold of that. So I would just need to attribute free attribution. Okay, how? In the final credits. Doesn't say for what to do for video game. Okay, give attribution to what? Well, it doesn't say who to attribute it to. I can't even see an author here. What, I just have to attribute it to this website? That doesn't sound likely. Oh, maybe this person? I'll put it as like a note. Where would I even write this to remember? Here, I'll write it in the effects folder. I'm going to create a little I'm going to create a text file. Here, open this. Actually, I think I already have it open. I don't. Open this. Go and explore. This is actually going to take a long time. Dedicate an entire page to just the poof. Tesla says 2D gameplay means the world doesn't have to be as complex, but that means you can spend more time focusing on the complexity of gameplay and systems. Yeah, I guess that could be true depending on I feel like Glimmerwick is a 3D game in terms of its game world, just because, well, we have like 3D terrain and all that stuff. Tesla says, I tried to maintain a text file that listed all the third-party assets I used with link to where I got it. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Okay, I'm going to create a new text file here, and I'm going to just say credit. What is this? Poof attribution credit. And I'll put the URL. I would rather credit this random user than Vecteezy. It is not clear about who I'm supposed to credit here. Okay, give that a save, and there. And then I'll put that somewhere in the credits. What's a nitty game? Hello, Level Wiz, by the way, welcome. All right, sorry guys, that took forever. Over here. And we've got the video, and now we need something else. We need that video to flipbook atlas. All right, see you, Level Wiz. Thanks for dropping by. I found this free program before, so it's such a niche program, I have to imagine I'll be able to find it again. VFX doc. This is not the one I used, I don't think. Maybe it is, actually. Tutorial link. Frame Surgeon? No, that's not. Is that it? Download here. Oh, this one's like a Unity plugin. I might even do like MP4. Oh, image sequence here. This might get us something. Oh, this is also a Unity plugin. Huh. Is this something I have access to? Can I actually get this? Like, what is the name of this? That'd be kind of cool. I could just use something built in. Let's do some reading. So this is something they're working on. VFX Toolbox Image Sequencer. Okay, of course. Let's see if it's in the tools here. Gotcha, Tesla. Okay, so I'm gonna go package manager, and then I'm gonna look for that image sequencer. If it, whoops, it exists. VFX image sequencer. I'll type in VFX first. It doesn't exist. No, we don't want to search for my assets. We want to search for everything. How do we do that? In project? Let's see, my assets. Okay, well, I don't have this Sky Shop, so. Oh no, actually, I did download that a long time ago. Streaming image sequencer. Okay, so this is just not a thing. Can I just not call the VFX toolbox? So I guess it's not available to me. Thanks, Unity. Download VFX toolbox. Download Unity VFX toolbox. Is it even okay? Here's a GitHub for it. Is it even like stable though? I don't even know with Unity. I'm almost like more comfortable just downloading this random program that somebody made than the official Unity thing, because that stuff can be so broken. I might just be wasting time with it. I want this. Requires your system to have Java installed. I think I found a different one at some point. Is this really good stream content? Are we loving this? God. Sorry, guys. Video to image sequence. Video to JPEG. Oh, but it's not an image sequence, right? It's like, it is a flipbook. So we should call it a flipbook. Video to flipbook. I'm scared to download this. Frame processor stack. See, that already looks really complicated. I want this. Can I? Okay, name a fair price. Well, I don't know. I don't even know if it works. Okay, the one I got was definitely free, so. Wow, is this just an online one? Okay, video to JPEG. You know what I can do? I can just turn it into an image sequence. And then I can turn that into a flipbook. So let's do image sequence to Atlas. That's all I need. Sprite sheet generator. What is this? Oh my God. I can just do one online. But will it like be terrible? Does Unity have a sprite sheet generator? There's a Unity asset for it. What about like images to sprite sheet? I guess this is really the one that's popping up. I guess we'll try it. First, we need an image sequence. So I guess I could use an online tool for that too, right? Because there was one. We found one. In the downloads folder. This is unbelievable. This is what we want. Put that in there. No, I don't think VFX Graph is gonna solve our problems here. Getting darker and darker, don't I? No, if I try Back. Did it. God. Okay. You're still uploading the video, I see. Was it really so big? Kind of surprising. Video, now all we need is a video to image sequence. Convert video to image sequence. Okay, here we've got it. Yeah, we want the entire thing. And sure, we'll take the original. The frame rate, I don't want to really mess with the frame rate, I don't think. Well, 10 FPS is fine. I don't particularly care if it's JPEGs or PNGs. I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah, I probably wouldn't really want it higher frame rate than 10 FPS anyway. So let's download this as a zip. Making progress here, moving right along. This is exciting, everybody. You love this. This is good content. And now we have our image sequence. So now I'm going to create a new folder and call this a poof. And then I'm going to grab everything in here. And we're going to put it into there, into the poof. And now let's see if we can use our handy dandy sprite sheet maker. Let's see what this has, if this has the features we need. So poof, I'm just going to grab all of them, put them all in here. Apparently they just went right in there in 3 seconds. Kind of hard to imagine. Download the sprite sheet. Okay, nothing at all. Seemed unlikely. Let's browse images. Let's go to downloads. Go to our poof. Let's grab them all. This is a lot of images. Too many. Way too many. So it's not working. Drag and drop your images below. Maybe it just wants one image at a time. Wouldn't that be excruciating? It doesn't want anything, as far as I can tell. It just doesn't do anything. Let's download our sprite sheet. So it's 0 bytes, so I'm not very confident that that did anything. Go ahead and delete this garbage. Okay, image sequence to Atlas. That's what I want. This one is crap. Is there a way to batch a sprite sheet? I wonder, it says, see, it says there's something built in with Unity. I don't know. Maybe there is. I might be overcomplicating this. Let me grab this poof and I'm going to go over to, first of all, how big are these images? Are these mastodons? Properties. I think they're pretty, oh, they're actually huge. So one thing that's going to help us is if I just, instead of cutting this, go into Photoshop, and I can just batch process these into squares. That'll help us. They don't need to be so big. Oh, you know, and also it's super long. This is another problem. Go by alphabetical order here. It's like we don't want all of them. So there's one. We really just want this one, I think. Which one do we want? Why do we have multiple? Yeah, that one's kind of a wide one. I think it's this one we want. I don't think there's a better one than that. That one's like from the side. We don't want that one. That one's not going to work. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. Maybe. Which one do we want here? There's actually so few frames in each of them. I'm kind of surprised. I think we actually want more frames than that. So I'm going to delete this output and I'm going to go into the poof and delete that. And I'm going to go into our easy GIF thing, and I'm going to try to output one that has more frames. Okay, specify the duration or lower the frame rate. Original size. So we don't want the original size, actually. I think like 480 is fine. Okay, so I still need to specify an end time. How long is this thing? And is there anything at the end that we want? We want that one. We don't want any of that crap. So really anything after like, it seems like 7 seconds, we don't care about all these. So we can just save ourselves the trouble there and just put this like at 7 seconds. Okay, there we go. And I think 480, I can't imagine we'd want bigger frames than 480. So here we go. Let's download frames. Phew, all right. Go into the downloads folder. Here's all of our frames. Stick them in the poof folder. And now we should have more. And they're small, that's good. And I just don't think we need all that on the side. So let's see if we can crop one. So I'm going to crack open Photoshop here. And I'm going to see if we can try to batch process these. So I want like a ratio of 1:1. Actually, let's go to a different frame. Like, so I know we don't want that one, so I don't even care about that one. I don't think we'll ever want that one. We have doubled up frames. How stupid is that? I'm just going to delete all of these. Okay. I know we want that one. At least to test. This one we don't want. We're going to start deleting frames. We don't want this one either. I'm going to delete all these frames. A bunch of black frames here. Definitely don't want this one either. Delete all these frames. Basically looks exactly the same or very similar. Bunch of black frames again. This is the one we want. We don't want that. That's the first frame we want, so delete. Yeah, I do want this one, I think. And I don't want this one, as far as I know. Oh, maybe we want that one. Are these out of order? What even is this? Delete all those. We don't want those. Okay, and then it goes black right here. So I don't see why we need black frames. Just delete that. And that's it. What was that one in the middle? I think that one in the middle is that the one with the poof. Yeah. I guess I could imagine a world where we'd want that one, but anyhow. What we really want is this. We want to see how big this one gets. Why can't I put, what are you doing? So get out of here. Yeah, this one's going to be a problem because we can't quite fit it. So it needs to be a little bit like bigger, unfortunately. A little bit more dead space. Does it though? No, it doesn't, because we can kind of choose how we want to pack this. Hopefully, if it gives us the opportunity. But what we do need, I think, is to desaturate. Well, we'll actually work with the texture once we have the sprite sheet, which I still don't know how we're going to get, but we're going to get it. So I'm going to grab this poof and I'm going to put it into Unity and just see if we have something, some kind of sprite sheet packer thing. that we can just use right away. So I'm going to open this and we're going to paste in here. Poof. Here's our poof, importing all those JPEGs. And I'm going to grab them all and make them into sprite. And we can say sprite mode. I think single is fine. I'll hit apply on those. I'm going to re-import them all. And then I wonder if we can create some kind of sprite pack thing. Create. Just flying by the seat of my pants here. If anyone knows how to do this, please by all means. A sprite atlas. That sounds about right. And we'll call this poof 1. And objects for packing. So here I'm going to lock this and I'm going to zoom in here so we can kind of see what we're doing. And let's first grab the first one, which is this ring one. Gasparo, hello and welcome to the stream. Lately, I've been streaming a lot, like 5 days a week, but that's just very provincial. I've just started doing that. Before that, I think I went months without streaming, so I stream very sporadically. But I'm trying to stream a lot now, working well for me. I'm gonna actually maybe go with the one that I think has the best chance of working, which I think is maybe this one. Let's put that one in there. Okay. So we've got some padding. And I wonder if we can just like write this somewhere. Can I write the sprite? I don't even see. How to see the sprite atlas Unity. Or can we like how to export sprite atlas Unity? I didn't think this was going to work, honestly. Saving atlas texture generated by sprite packer to a PNG file. How about that? Okay, so somebody had to write a script for it, so it's not something you can do in Unity by default. Export sprite sheet from AE sprite. Well, why don't I like just do free sprite packer? It says that this one works and I don't understand. Oh, this is a different one. Okay. Let's clear it. Add sprites. Let's go to our folder that we just made, poof. Dang it, it made a bunch of metadata files, which is annoying. So what I'll do is I'll go back here and let's go ahead and move that poof out back into the downloads folder. I'm going to exit out. I don't need so many downloads folders open. Here's the poof. I'm going to grab that back to the downloads, paste it in, open this, sort by type, file type. And I'm just going to grab all these stupid files that didn't work for us and delete. And then we're going to sort by name. Okay. And just want to see which one is the one we want. I think it's this one. Starts at 122. 122 and on. Back to our online sprite packer thing. Where'd it go? We don't need that anymore. We don't need that. Failed us, failed us, failed us. All of you failed us. This one failed us as well. We don't need that anymore. And then I just want our sprite packer. Do I have another Firefox window open? It's not that. Sprite. What did I type? Sprite packer? Free sprite packer? Is that what I typed? Yeah. Okay, this is what I want. Clear, add sprites, and then we're gonna go to our downloads folder. And I'm gonna grab this poof, and it was from 122 and on. So grab 122, put all those in there. Data format, JSON hash. I don't actually need any data format at all. A padding of 1 pixel is fine. I don't like what it did down here. That's not going to work for us. It seems to have packed that completely randomly. Unfortunately, let's go layout horizontal. Let's see if it'll pack them in order. It's a random sprite packer. It doesn't pack them sequentially, unfortunately. Which is just really annoying. Do you see that? It's like this is the last frame. So the only way I think would be to go horizontal, which is just completely insane. This is a terrible sprite packer. Free texture packer. This one seems to have way more settings. I can't believe how many online sprite packers there are. It's just crazy. Okay. This one packed me in a really special way. Very special indeed. Prepend folder name. Okay, scale 1. What kind of packing job is this? This is crazy. Go fix. Can we go fix size? Power of 2. Not doing anything. How do I like repack it? Sprite sheet. Close. What is going on? Split. Sprite's not found. Okay. You're crazy. This is the weirdest packing job I've ever seen. Another one. Again. Here's one I can actually download. I can't believe how good the one that I had downloaded from a long time ago was working. Free texture packer. Maybe we can go. It seems like it might work. I don't like how it's doing that. I just want like sprite packer. Let's go flipbook. Or image sequence to. Check this out. That looks good. Image sequence packer. This one looks like it's good. This one, I like this. Can I download a built project? I am so confused by GitHub. It's always confusing me. MIT license, that's good. I don't want to download code. How do I download? I just downloaded a zip. Of the source code. I don't want the source code. I want the application. After Effects. I don't think After Effects is going to pack me a sprite, right? That would be really weird. After Effects is a motion graphics application. Zlad asks if you could get a license of any franchise for free to make a game in, no strings attached, which one would you choose? I would choose none. I have absolutely zero interest in making somebody else's franchise. I want to make my own. Just none. Yeah, no second thought there about it. I don't want the Star Wars franchise. I don't want Elder Scrolls. I don't want Lord of the Rings. I don't want any of them. I don't care. Somebody knows how to get this application. I'm here on GitHub. I'm an idiot. Help an idiot get a program that I can use. Because I have apparently the source code for it, but it doesn't have an exe. It's like, what do they want me to compile it myself to use it? I just want to use the program. I don't know how to do it. I'm too stupid. This looks good though. Oh, download release. Oh, got to use my peepers. There we go. All right, we're in business. Can I extract you? Extract. Yep, just put it right in the downloads folder. Hey, Atto asks release. Release what? Asking for the release date of Songs of Glimmerwick? That has not been announced. Okay, here we go. Image sequence packer. Windows to protect. Don't run. I want to run it. More info. Run anyway. Just destroy my PC. It's fine. I'll do anything. This is, folks, I'm liking the way this looks. Okay, so now it wants me to drop images. I'll drop them. Okay, on there. And now we can do like a 10. Let's try 2048 and let's preview. Index out. So we've got some kind of bug. Maybe it's because the auto size. Maybe I can do this by hand. 3x3 preview. Oh boy. Maybe because we have too many images. 6x6. Auto size preview. It worked. It worked. We're in business. Can we do 5x6 since it's a little bit wide? Do we actually want to go like 6x4? Preview. Check that out. We're in business. 5x3. Preview. Oh, okay, didn't like that. Six by 4. So that's that one. What if I didn't auto size? Oh, okay. So this is probably the crop size. Okay, in pixels. So we could probably get rid of some of this. Like, let's check what is the resolution of these things. Properties. Details. So they're 480 pixels wide. Properties. Oh, I want to see how tall they are. 270 by 480. So on the X, we go, I think it's probably like this. And let's not auto size. I'm expecting to see no change. Yep, no change. So if I lopped some off, preview, there we go. Now we're getting wider. So that should enable me to maybe have five by 4 sort of thing. Try that. There, that uses more of our frame, which I like. And it doesn't look like it's cutting off any of our explosion here, which makes me feel like we can go even. Wider, get a little bit more resolution. That might be like squishing our thing there. So let's take a look at just, we don't want to squish it too much, but I think that's looking good. Whew, we did it. Pack and save. Okay. So now we want to save it into our assets folder, into textures, FX, right? FX. Okay, where's the FX folder? It's in assets, sprites, effects. Assets, sprites, effects. Okay, here we go. A poof flipbook. poof 2 flipbook. Save. Oh my lord. All right. We did it. And I'm going to get the other ones too, because why not? Like now that we have the whole thing up and running, let's get the other two. Should be real quick. So heading into our new flipbook and grabbing this, and it really does not have to be green. Not at all. And let's fill it with black in the background. And I'm just going to desaturate it. And give it a save. Oops. Okay, yeah. Poof 2 flipbook. I'll save it as a PSD, why not? And then we'll go ahead and delete the other one that we have here. And it's 2048 by 2048. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Phew. Oh my goodness. All right. We got ourselves a poof. And we're going to use it whether it looks good or not because we work real hard to get it. But I want a few more. While we're here, right? Let me exit out of this weird application or clear it. There's no clear button. This is a very simple application, but it does exactly what you need it to. This is the one, by the way. I remember it. This is the one that I was using before. So I found the app at least. So let's go into our poof. And now we want the first poof. So it looks like 25, 31. Let's go. Once the numbers jump, we'll know it's going on to the next one. Here's 38. That seems like a lot. Let's not auto size it. Let's do that same 400 by 270. And I don't think we need quite so much padding. And let's go like 6 by 6 or 6 by 4, which I think will give us an out of range exception. Oh no. Okay. And we've got the whole thing in. There's not too much wasted space. There's a couple black frames I just don't think we need at the end. I mean, that frame is completely black. That frame is completely black. Looks like 36 is the last one we have. So let's remove 38 and 37. You can't. You literally can't. Which is fine. I'm not upset about that. Because the software is really just meant to do exactly what you need it to do. And get in there, and it does it well. It does it better than a lot of these other ones. It was 6 by 4. It was 400 by 270. And I want to turn that padding down to 1. Preview. Okay, so it looks like we can maybe afford to do like 5 by 3 maybe. Let's try that. Yeah, that fits. This is weird though, because we've got, how many images do we have selected here? 14. So it's 3, 6. Okay, yeah, it fits. The math is mathin'. All right. And I think that's probably the best we can do there. So let's pack and save. And we're going to go poof 2 flipbook. Or poof 3 maybe? I don't know. What do we call the last one? Poof 2. So yeah, this is going to be poof 3 flipbook. And now I just want to open that thing in Photoshop. Open poof 3. And just create a black background. And desaturate the thing. I'll just check the value range real quick. It's fine. I mean, maybe we should just kind of Put it up there. Poof 3 flipbook. Let's save that. Okay. Back. Exit out of that. Let's go back into our FX. Or I guess we can just go into Unity. And delete the green one. Don't need the green one. We don't need MIPS on either of these. Okay, one more. And then we'll have a number of high quality poofs. So into the poof. And this time I want to make sure I get the right one. So 90, definitely the first frame. And let's try 105 is complete black. We don't need that. So 104 is the last one. 90 to 104. So here. There we go. And we're going to go 400 by 270 with a padding of 1. We're going to start with 6 by 4 and see where that gets us. Sophie Ducks asks, what is this called? A sprite sheet. There's a lot of names for it, actually. A sprite sheet is definitely one, and maybe the most common name for it. However, sprite sheet has connotations of like animations for a 2D character or something like that, and it's not always in order because you have the ability to get, you know, any sprite on the sheet at any time. Whereas this is for VFX, sometimes people call this a flipbook because they're always in order. And the particle system will always sample them in order. It can't like sample them in random orders. So that's the only difference. So flipbook, sprite sheet, sprite atlas, texture atlas, you could call it, which is an even more general term. Okay. So we have lots of room here. I'm going to go 5 by 4 or maybe even 5 by 3. Let's see, preview. And great, that is a perfect fit right there. And I'm going to pack and save. This one I can't really imagine us needing, but by golly, I'm going to take it. Poof 3 flipbook. 4 nincompoop flipbook. Levelwiz says, I'm designing my thumb for my game on Figma right now, and I have feedback when it's out. I'll send a link. Feedback on the game, I cannot promise, unfortunately. But I can take a look at a Steam page or something, but in terms of actually playing the game, unfortunately, my plate is a bit full. Sophie Ducks. Are you his GF? Why? Why would you think that? Okay. Poof 4 flipbook. And then we just want to open that Poof 4 flipbook in Photoshop. Here we go. Why does this one look exactly like this one? These ones look almost exactly the same. What have we done? What have we done? No, they're different. Are they different? They look exactly the same. They're different. It's okay. They're different, right? I'm not crazy? Okay, they're very similar. They're very similar. Let's desaturate that. Put black in the backgrounds. And then clamp that. And then I'll give that a save. Oops, I saved over. You know, maybe that's okay. Maybe I can save over the Nah, I'll save a PSD. Come on. Save as Poof 4 flipbook. Why did we already have a Poof 4 flipbook? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's a PNG. Got our 2 PSDs. We can go ahead and delete that PNG. Diago, maybe. Hope I said your name right. Dago, maybe. How do you stay motivated throughout the project? You always look like you're enjoying the work. I'm happy to hear it. Yeah, mostly I am enjoying the work. I think when I'm streaming as well is typically when I'm streaming, I'm most motivated because I'm like actually motivated to. Do I want to turn on a camera right now and have, 40 people watch me work or whatever? So that is when my energy levels are highest. But in general, I don't know. I don't know the trick for motivation. Like sometimes I lose my gusto a little bit, but I always trust that it will come back. I also kind of have, I think, a different mindset than maybe a lot of indies, where like when I decide that we're gonna make a game, or like with Eastshade, when I decided I was gonna make Eastshade, it was like quitting was just like not even an option. It was just like, I'm gonna finish this game. It doesn't matter how many years it's gonna take. It's like not even something that was available to me in the possibility space. I also, like, for Eastshade, I quit my job and I spent my entire life savings on it. So that kind of raises the stakes. And for Glimmerwick, we didn't want to spend all of our money on it, but we are. We're gonna by the time we ship, we're gonna have spent all of our money on it. Just our burn rate, and then we have an employee now and other costs by the time we get to localization and voice acting and porting and all that stuff. So it kind of raises the stakes when you put that much into your project. But yeah, sorry, that's probably not a good answer. I don't have, I don't know. I've always just felt very motivated when, when I pick a project. I'm just kind of a very extreme person, I guess. Levelwiss says, I don't have a phone, so I can't stream. I don't stream with a phone. I don't think anybody streams with a phone. Tesla says, it took me 6+ years to finish my game, but I was working on it as a side project. That's awesome. Congrats on finishing your game. Hats off to you. It's a major accomplishment. All right, so we've got our poof flipbook. And I want to save it as a PSD. Save as. There we go. Okay. I just didn't click on the PSD thing. PSD poof flipbook 4. Okay. Now the other thing is I've got these. I'm going to maybe remove the black background, so that should be pretty easy to do. I'm going to make an alpha channel. I'm just going to crush down this layer. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm just going to threshold it, like basically maximum. Unfortunately, there's some gnarly artifacts here. I'm going to try to get rid of those. Might want to get rid of a little bit more here. Something like that, I think. Is that actually giving me all of the data, though? Seems like it. Good enough anyway. This is kind of a nasty. Maybe I should have exported PNG. Anyhow, I'm going to Control J. And it looks like we have this really nasty black fringing. So if I run a defringe on it, matting, layer, matting, remove black matte. That did nothing, surprisingly. So I need to go back to the drawing board here on the threshold. So before I threshold it, I guess I need to really pay attention to where the edge is. So definitely we want all that detail. And then we want to carve away all this nonsense and just eat into it a little bit. just a little bit. And let's see if that gives us a better matte. Control J. No, we still have this pretty bad black outline. Maybe I can just run a normal defringe on it. I'm kind of surprised this is hard to get rid of. Layer, matting. Defringe. Let's defringe like 3 pixels. Okay, that made a big difference. It's still not good. I mean, it's doing this really gross thing down here, which I really don't like. Is that part of the... It's all because of JPEG artifacting? That is heinous. I mean, I guess we did take it from an MP4. So that kind of has super significant artifacting. Tesla says, I'm 11, so I have to work on my games. A side project, I do like only 1% of game per day. Okay, well that's good. That's great. Tesla. A good amount. I don't want to lose all of this data here, so I'm going to run the threshold again and see if we can get a better... Because we want to try to keep that if we can. And then if we have to do like really destructive things to get rid of that black matte, then so be it. I need to get rid of a little bit of that nasty fringing. And then let's re-get that matte. Oops. Let me grab that alpha and Control J it, and then delete both of these. We have this horrible black matting. Layer, matting, defringe. I can't believe remove from black matte is not working. It's very strange to me. Remove, or just defringe it like a lot, like 5 pixels. If we defringed it more, would it even make a difference? I'm guessing not. Defringe 10 pixels. No, it doesn't do anything. So I don't really know how to get rid of that disgusting. Black matte. The best we can do is kind of remove a little bit of the contrast. Yeah. Well, maybe that's good enough. I don't know. We could like get the alpha and then use the shift function here, like shift edge, shift it in a little bit. Come on, give me like a visualization or something. I wish it would show me what, here, show edge, show original, high quality preview. Well, I'm not seeing any difference. Let me shift that edge and see how far it went in. It went in none, as far as I could tell. For some reason, it's not making a difference. Shift the edge. Invert the selection, delete. No, it's not shifting the edge. I don't know why. That's weird. Huh. Contract 1 pixel. Yeah, that's the idea I'm thinking. Hey, Galaxinarium, welcome back. Yeah, that's true, Tesla. Yeah, because the larger size will give more, at least the matting will be smaller, so it'll be easier to cut out of. Using the grayscale of this image as the alpha. That's actually what I did. That's what I did, and I had to threshold it, right? Because I want the dark shading on the cloud, but I don't want the black background. I was trying to threshold it right between those two things, and it was. I do want to contract the edge. Alex says it's in select modify. Select modify. I've never used this. Oh, look, there's a grow. And then you said it was contract. Select modify contract. Subject, select and mask. Don't see contract. And maybe it's just in the new Photoshop or something. Oh, modify, contract. I did not know about that, Alex. Thank you for that pointer. That is awesome. I'm gonna contract it by 3. Look at that. This is perfect. I have never seen that in my life. I did not know that was a thing. I'm so excited to have learned something new. Select, modify, contract. Let's go 2 pixels. Cool. That completely fixed our issue. It looks like we might even be able to do it 1 pixel. Oh my God, that is wicked. Absolutely wicked. I have never seen that. I've been using the grow shrink selection as part of the box tool. Okay. Yeah, feathering might be nice as well. Modify, contract. I'm gonna go just 1 pixel. Okay, and then Control J to new layer and delete the background. Okay, so we still have a little bit left here, but let me try select, modify, feather. Let's feather it 2 pixels. Man, I did not know about any of this. So let's contract it. Go back before we did this and contract it. Select, modify, contract 3, right? It was 2 pixels. Was that what we wanted? Yeah. Okay, cool. Perfect. I could go with the feathering, I guess. Maybe let's just feather it 1 pixel for a little bit of nice, like almost anti-aliasing. Modify, feather, 1 pixel. And then Control J it and delete. Cool. So cool. Okay. Thanks, Tesla, for the feather tip as well. Thank you guys. You guys helped me out a lot. Now we just have to do that for this one as well. So copy, remove. Oh, whoops. Let's merge this down. Copy the layer. And now I'm not even going to worry about how much extra we get. Just want to get rid of the little artifacts is all. Control click on that. Control J. Okay, delete the backgrounds. Now we've got this heavy black, but we know just how to fix it. First, I will remove the matting, just because why not? Layer, matting, defringe 4 pixels. Just to get rid of a little of it. And then we're gonna select, modify, contract 2 pixels. Control J, remove, Control select, modify, feather, 1 pixel, Control J, and remove. Okay, next. Control J. I don't know what that weird thing in the middle is. I assume we want it in the alpha. Okay. Control click, Control J, remove the others, Control select, modify, contract, 2, Control J, delete, Control select, select, modify, feather, 1 pixel, Control J, delete the back one, and save. Okay, we're done. Phew. I also think that this is just really dark, so we don't need it to be that dark. Save that, and let's do the same thing over here. And this one we already did that for, so cool. So here's our, and we still don't know how any of them look. Man. Back. Here we go. Finally, we're gonna see how it looks. So we want the poof, the head poof. And instead of this poof, we want a different poof. So I'm gonna go poof, grab the material, and we're gonna do, call this one head poof. We're gonna select a different poof. So here's the poof, all the different flipbooks. Let me go ahead and set their import settings to be not generating the map and alpha's transparency. We'll move matte as well. Okay, head poof, back to our material. Did I even swap the material out? No, I didn't. Head poof. And just, we'll select that one. I think is our best bet. No, I think it was this one that I thought was maybe going to be the best. Let's go with this one. I'm feeling the vibes of this one. And then we just need to check out like what's going on with it. So it is 3 by 5. And let's go to the particle head poof. Texture sheet animation. And X is going to be 3 by 5 on the Y. Restart. Okay. Cool. Now we can just scale this thing. It looks great. Honestly, it looks really great. I'm really happy with it. I can already tell it's going to work great. Could make it a little bit faster. The duration is, I guess, really long. I don't know what stops it. Simulation speed, we could do like 1.2. And then turn it off. Save. We just need to make sure it actually covers her head. So we'll see how big it needs to be and all that. We want the name of the candy. I can't believe how long that took. I cannot believe how long that took. Crazy. So give item. Get our candy. Okay, so we're almost there. We just need to lower the poof a little bit. Actually, if I give myself like a bunch of those candies, then I should be able to just mess with it right here. So let's find our head poof. There it is. And I'll just try lowering the Y position a little bit. Rock on. Yeah, thanks, Alex, for the Photoshop tip. I had no idea about the modify menu item. And thanks for watching the video on the making of eShade. So it keeps going back up to 3.38. I don't really know why that is. Somebody's setting the position. So just looking at the apply head effect, going into the code, I see, okay, so we've got the head puff offset, and that is defined in that's really weird. Why is that defined in player? And is it set? It's never set. It's only read from. So I would think we wouldn't even want a head puff offset. I would think you would just want to set the head puff where it goes. I can't think of why we'd need an offset. Yeah, and this one's fixed. It's not adjusting if she's like sitting down or something like that. So it might be a better idea if we're gonna do it like this. Let's get out of play mode. Let's actually just get her head position. I think that would be better. So the main character cannot be a different height, but they can sit down, and that's gonna change where their head is. So I'm gonna just comment this out. Come on. Oh, right. I need to check this file out. Player. .cs. Come on. Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. What are you doing? Where's the player? T script. There it is. There. Okay. Check that out. And now I'm gonna comment out that. And oh, we do use get head position. So that's interesting that we even need an offset. I'm just going to try to change it, I guess. I don't know. So it actually will adjust if she sits down, which is great. No, I didn't code any of this. This is Jenny, our full-time programmer. She made all of this candy head stuff. But she did a great job because it obviously accounts for if the player is sitting, which is great. I mean, I lowered it. I don't understand why it's... Maybe I didn't recompile? Did I not recompile? So it's just going forward 0.5. Head offset. What if we just had no up involved whatsoever? Another thing that's kind of annoying me about this material is for some reason it's just like drawing behind everything. It has like this weird shadow artifact. So I'm going to see if I can fix that as well. Seems like we just need to raise it in the render queue a little bit. I don't really know how much. We'll try just like, well, we did transparent. We'll just do like 3,300. I don't know. and it should have compiled. Yeah, it compiled. It must have. Let's try that. Somehow I've been missing all of the follows, just all of them. Like none of them have been coming through. Maybe it's the lack of sound. Yeah, I had my computer muted. I'm really sorry about that. I'm sure most of these people aren't watching anymore, but oh man. Foolish. How long have I been streaming here? Let's see. Looks like, okay, 2 hours. All right. Well, scan my SLI if you're still watching. Any of these people, if you're still watching, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. It's scan my SLI. Whedon Lukes, Layla codes it. Skookta, Drevested, Northirk. So many hard names right now. Ben Unity 3D, appreciate the follow. And Hyperon's Live, appreciate the follow, everyone. Appreciate that. It still is low. Really weird. I'm glad you were able to fix your computer, Lord Matri. It almost seems like this is too high now. I wonder if we can adjust the head poof where it's like aligning. You are not going to the head poof. There we go. No, it's coming out dead center. Also, I can see we still have that weird shadow artifacting stuff. Let's just increase the order there. There, now we fix that. It's really weird that it showing so high. Let's try one more thing. I'm going to go into the code and just really reduce that head forward offset significantly. Actually, we might even want that vector back, but make it -0.2 or something and reduce that forward offset. Try that. Hazenblog, really appreciate the kind words about Eastshade and so glad to hear that you're excited for Glimmerwick. What the frick? What? It's so weird. So weird. Did I not negative it? Let's see. No, I did. It's -0.2. The head offset is not working at all, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's so weird. Why don't we just not use a head offset? Because it is just driving me insane. I don't understand what it's doing. So we're already using the head position, and now we can just use like a parent-child relationship to do the head offset. I don't understand why it's not happening on her head. It's really strange. Ryan Winchy, welcome, asks, what's your favorite part of developing Songs of Glimmerwick? Oh man, a hard one. I like so many things about it. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of enjoying the like technical direction aspect sort of bringing all of Jacqueline's illustration style to life and making it into like a fully realized world that you can walk around and stuff. And I enjoy the sort of technical creativity of figuring out like what should be 3D and what should be 2D and how everything should be broken apart. Yeah, I guess maybe that, at least right now, where my brain's at. Lee Girofi says, watched your video about marketing, so what will be a hook in this game? Let me catch up to the end. I finished Ishe yesterday. Now I need to speedrun it for the final achievements. Rock on. And hello, Sandy Sensei. Welcome, welcome. In terms of LJ Girofi's question, what will be the hook in Glimmerwick? So it's hard. I think that I don't know if Glimmerwick has like a much of a mechanical hook, really. I think its hooks are mostly in its tone and in how the game looks. And I just know that that's kind of the whole life sim genre, especially like quest-oriented life sims that have more like story to grab onto, more authored content. I think that is kind of an underserved genre, but it's also just a strong genre. In general, the farming sim genre is strong, the life sim genre is strong, most RPG genres are fairly strong as well. But yeah, I think that the most immediate hook would just be how the game looks. UDC says, are you creating a game? Yes, we are creating a game. Myself, my wife, and one other program. The game is called Songs of Glimmerwick. It's a Witch Academy RPG where the magic of the world is music. And if you want to check it out, I just put a link there with the MooBot to our Steam page, and maybe see if it's your cup of tea. Okay. Did Restream just say that? Can everyone see that? Kind of weird and annoying. Oh no, looks like only I saw that. Very good. Okay. Restream is giving me weird little achievements and things. Working on your game, rock on, UDC. Very exciting. Ryan Winchy asks, one last cue. With your background as an artist, how have you found learning other aspects, writing, code, design, all huge disciplines in their own right? Yeah, it's a good question. I think that of those, the only one I've really spent time in like a formal sense in honing would be code. I mean, design is kind of just like learning on the job with our games. I guess that's not true. I guess I've read a bunch of books on design, and I watch a bunch of like essays on design, and I watch a bunch of GDC. Yeah, I guess that's not true at all. It just feels like coding was a much more formal sort of training to get up to speed. Whereas design, I mean, anyone can try design. It sort of takes a bit more to even make your first, hello world with code. But I love coding. I absolutely love coding. I've loved it since the first moment I started trying it. I loved it right away. It was really exciting to me. In many ways, it's more addictive than art for me. But I kind of love everything. I don't know. I love everything about making games. I even do the audio on our games. I don't do the music, but I do the audio. And I love that too. I love recording audio. I love sound design. I love mixing it. I love implementing it. I like all the aspects. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and I really enjoy having like kind of insight into all the processes. I think it's kind of been a weakness because I have struggled with growing the team and successfully delegating other things because I kind of know how to do everything. Sometimes it always feels like the path of least resistance is just to do it myself, as opposed to finding the right person and hiring them and spending a bunch of money and taking a bunch of risk for our company. So that has kind of hamstrung us a little bit because I've been the touch point for so many different areas of production. It kind of bottlenecks us because I can only do so much. But we finally successfully made Jenny, our programmer, she's over the last year or two, she has become truly the main programmer on the project. And now she knows more about the game, I feel like, than I do. And she's more capable of fixing bugs than I am. And that is one of the greatest achievements. I feel really happy that we have been able to actually do that. Because now going forward, if we add to the team, especially on the programming side, then she'll be able to kind of stay the lead of that whole area. And I'll always be almost like a consultant in the coding side. And occasionally I'll write code, but for the most part, she handles all that. And it's really expanded how much we've been able to do. Ryan Winchy says, I've been learning Unity and C# for a year, slowly getting there. But the dream is to one day make adventure game and RPGs. All right. Okay. Well, thank you for the kind words. I'm glad to be an inspiration, and wishing you the best on your journey. All right, folks, I'm going to get a drink of water and be right back. Okay, so back to it. I'm going to try to find how to make this little head poof show up in the right spot, because it is not showing up in the right spot. I'm going to make it a child of itself and just remove the particle system component of the top. Make sure it's active. Yeah. I'm hoping that now that will show up where it shows up. And I don't know, maybe we should pause it during play mode and see what's going on. But I've removed the head offset, so try that. That is save. Oh. Lord Matri says, I need to do the opposite. I feel like I'm well versed in programming and design, but I've got basically zero art skills. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of ways to make games, and the most common path is to, find people to complete where you're weak. And it's really hard. Like, coding and art are the big ones. It's rare to have a person that's good at both. And there's nothing wrong with not being a person that is good at both. I think it's really, 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 like, most of the people I know in the games industry who are really, really, really amazing artists, most of them, they could never learn coding. It's just not their thing. They're super uninterested in it. I mean, I'm sure their brains are capable of it. It's not like, it's not like their brain is wired in a way that they wouldn't be able to learn it. There's just no interest there, right? So I guess their brains are wired in a way where they're just completely uninterested in it. And the level of interest you need to get good at art, game art, or coding is effing insane. Like, you need to be so incredibly impassioned to learn it, because it's so hard and it's so many hours. It feels like the path to learning coding is more focused hours than most other humans ever spend on anything in their entire lives. I truly believe that. I truly believe most people never get as good at anything as the average industry coder is at coding. That's how hard it is to get good at coding. And I think that's the same way for game art, honestly. So yeah, it takes a lot. Decent at both. Rock on, Tesla. That's really good. I'm going to try to run the game and see where that little poof shows up. I don't know why it's showing up so high above her head. It doesn't make any sense, but maybe this one will fix it. Give everything. No. Give item, and we want to do all. It's not auto completing. I need the name of the item because I don't remember it off the top of my head. Okay, paste that in there. Okay, so at least it was low, but it needs to go in front. I think I will need to pause it to see exactly what's going on. Yeah, I can imagine. It's hard. It's hard to make a game by yourself. Tesla says the trick is to solo dev. Oh, the trick to solo dev is to design the game around the skills you have or want to learn, or just work like a crazy person. Yeah, I think that's definitely the play, to build a game around what you're good at. Cyber asks, how do you feel about the scandal that happened with Unity due to their monetization for installing the game? I think that their monetization was less of an issue. It's the retroactive nature of the initial rollout that had everyone scared. I don't think anyone was well, actually that's not true. There were a couple different layers to it, because at first they said, basically for any install, which we would have been owed more money than we even made because of our Game Pass deal. We had over 1 million installs from that. So that was, and it was retroactive. So that was completely insane. The install fee was insane. But now it's capped at 2.5%. But I think just the fact that they wanted to go retroactive was very frightening. And I don't even think they would have been able to do it. I think that the world would have fought them, because it's just it doesn't make any sense that you can change the price of a middleware that people have already paid for. Crazy. But we're gonna try Godot for the next game. We're gonna try Godot. We're gonna do serious research and development. We're gonna start making a prototype in Godot. I'm gonna test. I'm pretty confident from a graphical or from a coding perspective, everything's gonna be fine. But what I'm less confident about is the performance. If we're gonna be able to get the graphics that we want at the performance we want, I'm going to do a test. I'm going to see if I can make something extremely beautiful that is performant. And if I can, then we'll go ahead with Godot. We'll go ahead. And that'll be great. It'll be great to be open source. We could even release a modding kit if we wanted. That'd be so cool. I've always dreamed about that. Let me catch up a chat here. I've got a few. Bruno says, I'm on a dilemma. I really want to try to learn Unity or Unreal. I'm more focused in art, 3D, etc., but I have the basic on coding. Do you have any tips on where to start? I think it really depends on what you want to do, like what your goals are. Do you want to be an indie developer? Do you want to be a 3D artist in the games industry? Do you want to be a programmer? It really depends on what you want to do. Very, 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 very different paths. Bruno says, what should be better to start on Unity or Unreal? Oh, that, just with what game engine you want to use. Well, I think if you want to be a 3D artist in the games industry, you should start with Unreal. I think if you want to make your own games, either one, I think, whatever if, tickles your fancy with the coding side. If you like coding stuff, then I think that Unity can be nice because it has a scripting layer that is separated from the game engine, whereas Unreal, you have to do blueprints unless you're literally going to the engine code, which is kind of hairy. But of course, you get more graphical features out of the box with Unreal. Your game is going to look better in Unreal for 95% of people. That's going to be true. But I don't know, if you're more 3D art happy, then maybe you'll enjoy Unreal. You can't go wrong with either of them. You really can't. Unless you want to be a 3D artist in the games industry, then you should use Unreal. That's the correct answer there. Rock on, Tesla, moving to Godot. Very cool. Ryan Winchy says, highly recommend Pentiment. All right. Yeah, I haven't played Pentiment. I really should. Yeah, I agreed, Lord Matri. I just can't see that being a way that the world can move forward if middlewares can just change their prices randomly for stuff that has come out 20 years ago. It's just crazy. It's madness. Cyber says, I would like Unity to have such graphics as Unreal. Well, it's going to be hard for them to catch up. But in many ways, Unity is a nicer graphics pipeline than Unreal. There's pros and cons to both. And Unity already looks so effing unbelievable. It's crazy. It's crazy that people are like, Unity doesn't look as good as Unreal. Unity looks so freaking good and has so many graphics features. It's insane. That's my feeling on it anyway. Okay, what are we doing? I forgot to pause it. I want to pause the game. Oh, it's okay, because at least we can still see where it went. So it just went, I guess the head bone was right there. And this poof, if we can just get this poof to go way in front, like this far in front, then maybe it could work. Like over here. What about that? What about that? I'm gonna give myself a new candy. Okay, the poof did not work. So that's weird. Didn't reset. So many troubles. So that's a problem. I don't know why the poof didn't reset. Is there something happening in the code here that is resetting it? Set active. I wish it would restart itself. We don't loop. We want to like reset on disable. Is there a way we can do that? Auto disable. When it finishes, why don't we go ahead and do that? Let's make a new property here. I don't want to make a regression bug, so I'm going to check this out and make my own thing. Go public bool reset system on disable. It's going to equal false by default. Hazenblog says, I think Unity games can look amazing. It's mostly down to the skill of the developers. However, the lumen lighting in Unreal is top drawer. It is definitely true. It is absolutely down to the developers and the artists. Okay, so we're going to say once we reset this thing, we're going to pull, you want to reset on disable. And if you do, then we want to say particle system dot reset dot something dot. There has to be clear, maybe? Probably clear. Let me see if there's some kind of reset. Unity particle system reset. Gotta be clear. Okay, so it's just clear. Hopefully that works. Cyber says, do you like the game Kingdom Come Deliverance? I've only played the first one. I didn't even know there was a second one. And I liked it okay. I really liked certain aspects of it. I liked being in the world and stuff, but I don't know, man. Oh, maybe stop and clear. Let's do both. Let's do stop and clear. I'll call them both. I don't know if it's necessary, but who cares? Thanks for the tip, Lord Matri. Let me go like local. Try to just get it a little higher and further out. It's so hard. It's so annoying. Oh, right. And then we need to check that little box. Okay, save game core. I cannot believe how long this is taking. Sorry, everybody. I just bumped my mic really hard. I hope everyone's ears are okay. Okay, we saved game core. Give this another try. Yeah. I'm gonna actually check my Twitch for. Seems to be working well. And then I want to give myself. Oh, we lost our candies. Cyber asked, do you play games at all? Where to get inspiration? I do play games. Of course I play games. I'm going to give myself the 1. Why? What happened? Give item. There we go. Yeah, sometimes I forget to play games, honestly. Playing games is extremely important in my opinion. Okay, let's see how it goes. Finally it worked. Finally it worked. Okay, but for some reason it's not resetting, and that just sucks. I don't understand why it's not resetting. I'll just give it to Jenny. So it looked good. The only thing is the actual applying of the appearance needs to be delayed because we want the puff to cover the face, and then behind the puff, the player to change. Am I setting the variable correctly? So Is it not being set active again? I don't know. I imagine it would be because we have set active here on the head puff. Oh, maybe it's never being set. I think what's happening actually is it's not being set. I know what's happening. We're gonna public bool disable parent. And if disable parents, then we actually want the transform. Actually, it's going to be particle system dot. We'll probably just, yeah, probably just transform dot parents dot set active dot game object dot set active false. Otherwise, you just want to do the normal stuff. Okay, that has to be it. I think what's happening is was disabling the particle and not, and then the other script re-enables the parent, not the particle. So we just need the disable to happen on the parent instead, and that should fix it. Right, and then while we're here, let's just add that delay. So first of all, I hate the sound. We definitely need to come up with a different sound here. Sometimes I just like to add an audio source to the actual thing. And let's go through the UI, or the output will be the UI mixer. And we'll play on awake. And then we can find a different clip. We can just straight up remove that whoosh and get more of a poof sound. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. Poof. Teleport. I think that this will sound good. No, that sounds terrible. I definitely made a really good poof sound, but I need to find it. So I think in the NPC motor, why am I getting Steam? Okay, let me exit Steam. I think that there's a way to poof someone. Is it teleport? Poof? Nothing about poofing. Man, so annoying. Okay, I know that Nessa's quest first. Student quest. Urox, welcome, welcome. How do you make game code modular when it feels like I need to pass 50 variables each time? That's a big topic. That is a big topic. I don't think I'm going to be able to say anything useful about that. Detention poof. Here we go. Teleport player. Teleport player uses it should have some kind of poof somewhere. Crazy, man. Crazy. Oh, delayed poof. Poof sound. There it is. The poof sound. The audio clip. Part of the teleport poof script. Teleport poof. Here we go. The fire spell 02. That's kind of big. That's huge. Too big. Too small. Way too big. These are insane. Like destroying an entire city. It's just such a big sound. There's like a whoosh in there. I want literally like a poof sound. Let's see if we can get like on free sound, if we can get something. Poof. Parachute poof? No. Poof. Come on, why? Why do they do this? This happens so much on free sound. They'll like name a sound and they'll just be like someone saying it into a mic. It's so weird. Crazy. This is a person saying pff, I'm pretty sure. It's literally a person's going pff. Ridiculous. That's better. Smoke poof. I like that one. I like this one. Unfortunately, it's... Ew. I like this one, but it's attribution. Let me go Creative Commons. Just Creative Commons. Just absolutely insane. Gavin's awful stream. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Another person saying poof into the mic. Another person breathing into the mic. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm being made into a fool just by listening to these. Can we have like a firecracker? Smoke. Smoke something. This is a smoke detector. Smoke poof. That's good. Crazy. Puff up smoke? Smoke bomb. There, that's better. Okay. That's better. That's like the best one we found so far. I'm gonna get this one and the other one and combine them. This is a very basic trick of sound design. Got to combine multiple sounds to make your sounds more detailed and more impactful. Yeah, they're just trying to frustrate me. Okay, here we go. Let's open Reaper. Okay, let's see. So this one's clipping. Let's bring it down a little bit. I like I guess it has good attack. I'm going to turn down both sounds just so that when combining them, it doesn't approach flipping. Might sound better to have it this way. Okay, I like that. The only thing is I want that fire sound. I just want it really quiet in the background because it does have this incredible oomph to it. And I don't want it to be like super huge the way that it is right now, but I'm going to combine it with these just to add a little bit of extra pizzazz to it. So I'm going to turn it way down. Cool. I think that's really good. The only thing is I'm hearing like, let me go onto the master channel. What's happening with the frequencies here? So I really don't want like an incredible low end. I'm going to do a high pass. You just don't really know what's going on with the super low end unless you have like good headphones on. And in most cases, you know, most game sounds, unless it's like literally a big explosion or a gun firing or something, that you want to be really intense sound, you usually don't want like a super massive low end. I'm just going to high pass it, and then I'm going to low pass whatever's going on up here because we don't want sort of nasty sibilances or anything that maybe is happening. I don't know who recorded this or what they were doing. So that's actually cutting out some of our detail. So I'm going to lower the bandwidth here. There. Okay. I think maybe we can get a little bit more. All right. Render that. I'm going to render it to our audio. And let's just call this like poof. And I want it to be a mono sound, and I want it to be the time selection only. Cool. Okay. Hello, Mitzi. This sound is for the player eating a candy that makes their head look like a pumpkin. Magic candy. I love Reaper too. It's my favorite digital audio workstation. Let me catch up with chat. I guess some stuff has happened. Gavin says, I had the same idea for Magic Academy. Want to see a screenshot of what I had? I was working on a game called Magi Academy, and I finished the architectural layout of the school. I'd love to see a screenshot. Always happy to see people's games. Oh yeah, Smoke Bomb. Mitzi had the suggestion. That would have worked great. Yeah, happy to see your game, Gavin. Any tips for learning game writing and effective dialogue? I don't have any tips for dialogue other than, well, it's really just taste, right? Like there's a lot of taste involved in that. I personally like to try to keep things kind of dense. I don't, you know, you don't want to, you know, in a game, there's just not that much space for players to read words, and you don't want them to tire. So you want to keep things moving quickly, and you want to get the information quickly and try to be kind of concise. And I try to not have too much exposition. I just try to keep things simple. Other than that, I don't have anything for you. Okay, Gavin has pasted their game. Was inspired by the school from Dead Poet Society. Just to write and revise, yeah. Hey, this is cool. Very cool. A big sense of scale. Very large feeling building. I like the atmospheric perspective. Cool stuff. Cool stuff, Gavin's. Very cool. I guess Gavin would be way more normal, right? Just your possessive Gavin. Okay. I just exported that poof, and I just want to get that sound poof. I'd like to turn down the compression, and here's the poof sound, poof. And we save game core. Thanks for dropping by, Ryan Winchy. See you. Hope you sleep well. Oh, now I'm over. That's better. Okay, let's try this thing. So we fixed 2 bugs, sorry, we fixed 1 bug and then added a sound. Ombu, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Okay, give item. I give myself 2 different kinds of candies. Put them in the top row here. It did an eating sound, which is weird. And it did not reactivate. Oh, because I didn't check the deactivate parent. Okay, so that's one problem. Why is it doing a munching sound? We need to not have it do a munching sound. No, we did disable parent. Dang it. So we're setting the parent inactive. And it's never reactivating. No, I'm not trying to reactivate the particle. Thanks, Ambu, for the kind words. Appreciate it. I think that particular sound is really loud as well. I'm going to turn that down. And I would love for the candy. I think there's actually a consume sound here. And really, we could have just put a consume clip in there that was different. I don't know, man. Maybe we should have done that. Anyhow, oh, I can't multi-edit these? That's dumb. So if I just do none for the consume sound, that should get rid of the munch. And then I guess we'll check out what's going on with the head. If it is active, set inactive, and then return. See what's going on here. So the particle system is already active, just the parent that is not. That's a weird sound, actually. I don't know if I like that. I think maybe I want to make it more of the other sounds. Maybe just a shorter decay will help. That sounds nice. Let me rewrite the old one. Okay, so now taking a look, so the parent is inactive and the child is active. So when we eat it, oh, it worked that time. I don't know why it suddenly worked. Weird. Oh, it just doesn't if you eat it right away for some reason. Oh, I see why it's not working, because it's taking 10 seconds. That's why. If we change this duration to something short, like 0.7, gonna work every time. Here we go. Cool. Okay. All right. Catch up with chat here. Minecraft eating? No, it's not. I think I've seen the trailer of this game in a GDC video. I don't remember. I don't think we, well, I don't know. So if someone showed a GDC video with it, not to my knowledge. Okay. So we just need to make sure that this duration is really short. And I still am not crazy about the sound. It's like not poofy enough. Really weird. But I almost like this one better. Like, I wonder if we just like take this one way out. I think that sounds better. Anyway, it was just a little bit too big before. I think that will work better. Now, finally, I want to add that little delay before we actually apply the appearance. It'd be pretty easy. Just apply the appearance. We're just going to do es invoke dot scaled invoke. And the function we want is apply appearance. And we're going to do that in, 0.2 seconds, maybe. I don't know. We're going to have to see how it feels. Okay. Perfect. Okay. The only thing is I don't like how you can see the horns poke out. But it's so fine, I'm not gonna worry about it. And that I really like that sound as well. Okay. Oh, I keep getting brighter and brighter. Let me lower the... All right, I did it. Cool. The videos make the trailer before the game. Oh, right. That was right. Okay, I have to watch that. I have to watch that. Yeah, that was with the trailer. God, what is this? What is his name? Oh my God, he's like one of the biggest indie trailer makers. Like Derek Liu, that's what his name is. That's right. I still haven't watched that. Neat Game says, should there be a little magical melody twinkle? I think for this one, since it's the candy that's doing it, not music, I think that maybe we should just go with a poof, but it's a good idea. All right. Cool. Well, we didn't even really get to the mushrooms. I want to make a Trello card. Call it like magic candy. Fix our magic candy. Call it magic candy. Currently, the magic candies stack when you eat a second one. Causes some weird. Eat a second one. Once the last one runs out, your head will change back. Could we make eating a new candy clear out the status effect of the old one entirely first? Even before the new candy has run out. Okay. A little bug fix. All right. Well, unfortunately, I have to eat something. Very annoying. Last time I wasn't able to eat in 15 minutes. It took me like 35 minutes. So I'm going to actually call the stream. Maybe I'll be back later. It's a shame to leave it right here. I'm so inspired, but you know, you got to eat. So I'm going to call it a stream for the moment. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with me, and hopefully I'll see some of y'all back later. Later when I do my second stream. I'm going to give a little wishlist link there if you want to check out Songs of Glimmerwick and you haven't seen it on Steam. Please don't be afraid to give us a little wish list. If it seems like your cup of tea, then you get a notification when the game comes out. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right, cool. All right, see you folks.